Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. This is my first, last, and only video for tonight. Unless something comes up or somebody messes it up, this video is not for children. So I want to talk about Texas real fast. I don't know what in the hell is going on in Texas with our law enforcement. No, it is not a funny thing to not be aware of what's going on in your world. Alright? For law enforcement purposes, and one way or another, somehow their de-escalation training isn't working. Somehow I don't have to identify myself before blasting someone to death is becoming an issue. Now, I don't know what's going on with their training, but I do know that, military training ain't much different. Contrary to popular belief, the military is not a shoot first and ask questions later organization. For the most part, most soldiers are not allowed to fire upon an insurgent until fired upon, unless the situation is that you've been in a gunfight and the firefight has already started and you kind of just getting dropped off. But these officers in Texas, man, not all of them, but somewhere along the line, there's a major fucking disconnect. And we need to get to the bottom of this before somebody else dies. I think that, as people, we don't tend to acknowledge a lot of things that goes on. We don't want to speculate, but we don't want to say that our training is at fault. But let's be real, our training is at fault. My nephew was just outside with his cell phone, and it's like almost 11:30 here. And if I see someone outside and I actually was a gun owner, I would also probably whip out my weapon. Now, the only weapon I have in this house that can actually do any damage is a bow and arrow. I do have a couple of knives, but I'm not going to dive out my window superhero style and try to stab somebody in the middle of the freaking night, because there's no logic in that. But if they come into my house and they come into my room in the middle of the freaking night, my knives are highly accessible to where I can reach them before I am reached by my opponent, and I can end them. We've had 2 murders in Texas, and cops are getting their punishment for it. But these are 2 things that should have never happened in the first place. They really should have never happened in the first place. These 2 young black people that have died had no criminal record. And it's kind of a damn shame that this had to happen, because it wasn't a necessary thing that had to happen. I want you guys to think on that while you're sleeping at night, because this could be you, this could be your mother, this could be your brother, this could be your son, your daughter, this could be anybody. This could be your friend. Take race out of it for a second. This could have been 2 white people. This could have been 2 Asian people. This could have been anybody and everybody. And we need to get to the bottom of this. In Texas, I have no hate for your state, as I am from Virginia. And Charlottesville, in fact, doesn't have the best track record over police stuff in the last few years. So we can't throw stones because we're living in the biggest glass house, because we're international now. Which those 2 cities now will become international for cops killing civilians. As I go out, my condolences go to both members of the families of those who have lost. And also, someone, if you're watching, if you can get the little boy who saw his aunt get shot, killed, some serious therapy, because he's going to need it. I'm James Williams. Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing you.